Welcome back everybody. In this lesson, we are going to look at how to generate Cucumber reports for your Karate test suite. You might have seen that when Karate runs the test suite, not only does it provide the statistics, but it also generates a report, right? So this HTML report is native to Karate. So this is what you have been working with so far in this course, right? And it provides a pretty slick HTML based report. For most purposes, this might be even sufficient. But many of the organizations today use Cucumber reports because they have built the whole ecosystem around it. In my opinion, Cucumber reports are slightly richer and it provides a better overview of your test results. So we are going to see how to generate such Cucumber reports for your karate test execution, right? Just like most stuff, they have a good documentation on how to go about it. So if you go to examples and demos, if you go here, uh, this is the part that they've shown on how to configure your karate to be able to generate Cucumber reports, right? So the only dependency that you need to add is this Cucumber reporting artifact ID is what you need to install. So I'll just copy this. You go to my form.xml, you go to dependencies, and this has one dependency, right? And then let me go to my runner file. And if you go here, they might have provided, yeah, there it is. They've also provided a sample code on how to generate the Cucumber reports. So all you have to do is define this function. I will define this function inside my runner file. And let me also copy all the imports because I have the Maven dependency. I should not have any trouble. If these are not needed, this I've already included. I think this should be good. So all you have to do is just define this function. Uh, they've used the default project name called as demo. Let me call my project as my social. And we'll quickly go through what this means. And all you have to do is call that function from inside your test runner function, right? So that is all you got to do. Define the function and call that function. So if you look at it, all it does is it gets the report directory, which is target slash. So if you look at over here, target slash karate reports, and it starts looking for JSON files. So JSON file is what is emitted by karate, and it contains the execution results inside that JSON file, right? So this generate report function looks into those JSON files and builds a report and publishes it under this project name, right? That is all it does. So I think we are all good. I think I also need to uncomment this, saying okay, output cucumber JSON value to true, and I think that is all. Let me just run this once again real quick. There you go. So we have run the test suite, and if you see here, we still have the native uh, reports, right? We still have the native karate report, but let's say we are interested in the Cucumber report. So if you go to my target, you'll see here this folder, Cucumber HTML reports. And if you open this, like you can open any of this, right? You see a very rich sort of a report for your test execution, right? So this is the project name that you're given. This is the time at which you ran the report. And so if you look it over here, these are all the feature files that were run as part of the execution. And these like for instance, in this feature file there were 9 scenarios and all of them passed, none of them failed. And inside each scenario, like overall there were 60 steps that were executed, and you can go and look at it in more detail. So this shows you all the uh, scenarios and the background and all the steps inside it, right? So you can look at the background steps, or you can look at the actual steps inside a scenario. It also gives you the time it took to run those steps, right? I think in this case everything has passed. Let me just go ahead and fail a particular thing. Let's just go here and let's make this as, let's say, 202, so that we know it will fail. So when this fails, I think we should see at least one scenario failing. Let me rerun this. There you go. You can see that some of the tests have failed. So if I go back over here now and I click on this, you can see rest all the features have passed, but there's one feature, post dot feature, which has failed. So you can see in that feature file, 5 scenarios have passed, one has failed, and the overall status is that it has failed. And because at the step level you can see that one of the step failed, and it also skipped one step. So you can look at it in more detail, and you can see it is nicely colored, and immediately it takes you to the point where the step where it has failed. And you can quickly see that when status 202 is where it has failed, and as a result it has skipped the next step. So as you can see, this is very nice representation. There's other levels that you can look at. This nice pretty graphs and all those things. You can see like 12.5% of your features have failed, and then you can see the similar stats at scenario level and at the step level as well. And so this gives you a very high level, there's a quick overview of your test results. Imagine if this is like, if you have high number of test cases, this can be very useful to see how to understand the quality of your code, right? The one thing to note here is when you run the suite the next time, it will override this report, right? So if you want an historical record of your test execution, you might want to integrate with a reporting tool and publish these reports there, so you have an historical context. For with karate, it would just override an existing report, so the next time you run, you'll this report will be lost. However, with native reports, you still get the historical record. It copies uh, the old records into its own folder and keeps the latest record into karate reports. But with Cucumber, you'll always have the latest report in there, right? So that's one drawback. But I think ideally, anyway, you should integrate with the reporting tool, because that provides a lot more functionality than what is expected out of a test execution automation tool, right? I hope you found this useful. I'll see you in the next lesson. Thank you.